You know how we love to dig into sources and pull out the really useful stuff?
We do.
Well, today we've got a great one, comfort.
Yes. The 75 English Phrases for Daily Conversation 1.
That's the one.
It's a good resource. Think of this as like your inside track to sounding a bit more natural when you speak English.
Right. It's not just about words, is it?
No, exactly. It's about those everyday phrases, the ones that make conversations, flow.
And that's really the goal here. We want you to feel more confident, whether you're just chatting, ordering a coffee, maybe finding your way around.
These phrases are keys to that.
So our mission today, let's unpack some of these 75 phrases. We'll look at what they mean, sure, but also how you use them, when, why they work.
Sounds good. Making things clearer and easier.
Okay, let's dive in. First one, a classic. How's it going?
Yeah, super common. And it kind of shows something important about language, doesn't it? How we use it just to connect.
Connect how?
Well, how's it going? It's like, how are you? But it's less formal. The expectation for a detailed answer is lower.
That's true. You probably wouldn't kick off a big board meeting with, how's it going? Right.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But for friends, family, colleagues, you know well.
Yeah, or the barista you see every morning.
Exactly. It's almost like a little social nod. I see you. Doesn't demand a whole life story.
It's like a social lubricant, you said. Just eases you into a quick chat.
Precisely. And the answers are usually short, too, aren't they?
Yeah, like, it's going well, thanks. Or pretty good. That's usually enough.
It's more about acknowledging the person than getting deep into their day.
Right. The video had that example, didn't it? Hey, how's it going?
Uh-huh. And the reply was something like, not bad, just thinking about lunch.
Yeah, see? Keeps it light, keeps it moving. Okay, next one. I definitely use this. I'm just chilling.
Chilling. That says a lot about maybe our appreciation for downtime.
What do you mean?
It just signals that state of relaxed inactivity. You're taking it easy, no real agenda.
Yeah, like when you're deliberately not being productive. Maybe reading, watching a movie.
Or just enjoying some quiet time.
Right. And if someone asks what you're up to and you're doing that, oh, I'm just chilling at home, it totally captures that feeling.
It does. It's almost like you're choosing to relax, which is interesting given how busy everyone seems.
Yeah, it's a nice contrast to always needing to be busy. Saying, I'm just chilling is like saying, nope, taking a break from all that.
It's the opposite of I'm running around like crazy, like the video mentioned.
Okay, so even when you're chilling, eventually you might need to, well, grab a bite.
Yeah, grab a bite. That's a very efficient little phrase.
How so?
It signals you're hungry, obviously, but it also implies, it's going to be quick and informal.
Right. Not a fancy 3-course meal.
Exactly. Not usually a big sit-down thing.
Perfect for when you're short on time, like a quick work lunch, or maybe you're out running errands.
Uh-huh. The example in the video was good. Hey, Emily, I'm starving. Want to grab a bite?
Yeah, very casual, low pressure.
It combines the need food with the manner, quick and informal. Manages expectations,
Okay, so you've grabbed your bite, maybe done some work, and now you're done. Time to call it a day.
Call it a day. Yeah, everyone knows this one. It just means stopping work or whatever activity you're doing.
Usually because you're tired. Great, or it's just the end of the workday.
Yeah, often. The transcript had good examples, like after hours of work, you're drained.
You'd say, okay, I think I'm going to call it a day.
Right. Or maybe you finished a big chore, like cleaning the whole house, and you're physically exhausted.
Right, I'm calling it a day.
Yeah.
It's a clear signal. Finished for now.
Gives you a sense of closure on that task, doesn't it?
It does. But sometimes you need a breather before you call it a day. That's where take a break comes in.
Yes. Take a break. Pretty straightforward, this one. Just means pausing, resting for a bit.
Yeah, like if you've been studying hard and you just can't focus anymore, or you're feeling swamped at work. Just saying, I need to take a break, or let's take a quick break. It feels important for managing things.
It really is. It highlights how we need those little moments of rest to, keep going effectively. For well-being, too.
Okay, speaking of things to do, run errands. This sounds kind of specific.
It is, yeah. Run errands refers to doing those small, often routine tasks that mean you have to, leave the house.
Go to different places.
Right,
or
like your weekend list, pop into the post office,
picking up dry cleaning,
grabbing a few groceries. Those are errands.
So if someone asks what you're up to, saying, I need to run some errands, just bundles all those little trips together.
Exactly. It's a neat, concise way to describe those necessary little jobs.
Okay, let's shift gears. Thinking about connections. Keep in touch.
Keep in touch. That's a polite one, isn't it? Hopeful. It says you want to stay connected, even if you won't see each other often.
Yeah, you hear it all the time when people are saying goodbye. Like a friend's moving.
Or a colleague leaves for a new job.
Let's keep in touch. It's like that verbal promise saying, hey, I value this connection. The transcript mentioned it for those transition moments.
Yeah, it acknowledges things are changing, but you still have that positive intention for the future.
Okay, but sometimes you can't stay in touch right then because you're in a hurry.
Right. In a hurry. Very clear.
Yeah.
Means you don't have much time. Got to move fast.
We've all been there, rushing for a meeting, trying to catch a bus.
Definitely.
And if someone tries to start a long chat when you're like that, a quick, sorry, I'm in a hurry, usually works.
It does. It's generally accepted. The video's example was spot on. Sorry, I'm in a hurry. Got to catch my bus. So relatable.
It's just a concise way to explain why you need to dash off.
Exactly. Prioritizing speed.
Okay, let's talk about getting things. Pick up.
Yeah.
Seems simple, but we use it constantly.
We do. The main meaning here is just collecting something or someone from somewhere specific.
Like, I need to pick up my laundry.
Or can you pick up the kids from school?
Right. It's an action, going somewhere to get something or someone. The video's milk example is perfect everyday usage.
Yeah. It's fundamental for just, managing daily life, logistics.
Okay, now thinking about being prepared, just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
I like this one. It's all about being proactive, isn't it? Preparing for something that might happen, even if it's not likely.
Yeah, like a little backup plan in your head or in your bag.
Exactly. Packing that umbrella when the forecast is only like 20% rain.
Or carrying a small first aid kit when you're hiking. That's the just-in-case mindset.
The transcript said it's like having a backup plan.
Offers a bit of security, doesn't it?
Shows foresight, I think, being ready for possibilities.
Okay, let's swing back to getting stuff done. Get things done. This one feels very purposeful.
It does. Get things done really emphasizes focus, determination, accomplishing tasks. It's a mindset.
Like staying late to finish a project.
Or tackling a huge to-do list head on. Those are get things done moments. You're channeling your energy to achieve something specific.
It implies agency, like you're taking control and seeing things through.
Yeah, a commitment to completion.
Now, catch up. This one's interesting. It's got a couple of meanings, right?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
The first one is probably the most common, the social one.
Reconnecting with someone you haven't seen for a bit.
Exactly. Sharing news, finding out what they've been up to.
Like saying, we should catch up soon.
Or let's grab coffee next week and catch up.
It's about bridging that gap in time, bringing each other up to speed on your lives.
Okay, so that's meaning one. What's the other one?
The second meaning is about progress, getting back on track with something you've fallen behind on.
Ah, right. Like work, maybe.
Yeah, or studying, or even something fun like a TV show.
I need to catch up on my emails after vacation.
Perfect example. Or, I missed a few episodes, need to catch up on that series. It means reaching the current point after being behind.
So you really need the context to know which catch-up someone means.
Absolutely. Context is key there.
Okay, what about when things aren't working? Out of order. Out of order. Very direct. Universally understood, I'd say. Means something's broken, not functioning.
You see those signs everywhere, don't you? On elevators.
Vending machines. Coffee machines.
Even websites sometimes. Temporarily out of order. It's just a clear, no-fuss way to say, this isn't working right now.
Yeah, indicates a temporary stop in service or function. Very straightforward.
Now, for people who seem to live life in the fast lane, on the go.
On the go. Yeah, that describes a certain lifestyle, doesn't it? Lots of movement, activity, moving quickly from one thing to the next.
Like if your week is packed solid, meetings, appointments, errands.
You could definitely say, wow, I've been on the go nonstop this week. It paints a picture of being really busy, always moving.
Implies you're not really settled in one place for long.
Right. Constantly occupied.
Okay, let's try to be more positive. Make the most of it.
Ah, yes. Make the most of it. That's an encouraging one. It's about really appreciating or taking full advantage of a situation.
Like if the weather is suddenly amazing after days of rain.
Yeah. You might say, it's beautiful out. Let's make the most of it and go for a walk.
It's about actively trying to get the best out of something, the most enjoyment or benefit.
It's a call to be present, really, and see the good in the moment.
Okay, another one with a couple of meanings. Settle down.
Yes, settle down. First meaning is about calming down, right?
Like after being excited or upset or maybe a bit wild.
Exactly. It's a request or suggestion to relax, become more composed.
You might tell kids who are running around screaming to settle down now.
Classic example, getting back to a calmer state.
And the second meaning?
The second one is more about lifestyle, establishing a stable, permanent way of life.
Ah, like after maybe traveling a lot or moving frequently.
Right. Someone might say they're ready to settle down, find a permanent home, maybe start a family. It implies stability after a period of change.
So again, context tells you which one it is.
Usually, yeah.
All right, let's talk about just spending time together casually. Hang out.
Hang out. Super simple. Super informal. Just means spending time with someone, but with no big plans.
No structured activity.
Right. If you ask a friend, want to hang out later,
Yeah.
it just means getting together. Maybe you'll chat, watch TV, grab coffee.
But no pressure for anything fancy.
Exactly. It's about enjoying company in a relaxed, low-key way.
Okay, time to get moving. Hit the road.
Hit the road. Good idiom. Means leaving or starting a journey.
Like if you're about to start a long car trip.
You might say, all right, everyone, let's hit the road.
Or if you're leaving a party late at night.
Okay, it's getting late. Time for me to hit the road. Clearly signals you're departing.
It's common, a little informal, but everyone knows what it means.
Yeah, starting travel.
Now, sometimes starting a conversation is tricky. That's where break the ice comes in handy.
Ah, break the ice.
Yes.
Yes, that's about making that first step to start talking, especially when people feel a bit shy or awkward.
Trying to make things more relaxed.
Exactly, like at a conference or a party where you don't know anyone.
Asking a simple question, maybe about the event itself, can be a way to break the ice.
Right. It's about initiating that first friendly interaction to ease the tension,
Lowering the social barriers.
fostering a more open atmosphere.
And once the ice is broken, maybe it's time to get the ball rolling.
Get the ball rolling.
Ah.
This one means starting something, an activity, a project, a discussion, and intending to make progress.
So moving from just talking about it to actually doing it.
Pretty much. If you've been brainstorming ideas, saying, okay, let's get the ball rolling on this, means it's time for action. Time to outline the first steps, maybe.
It implies starting the momentum, kicking things off.
Exactly. Starting tangible progress.
Okay, let's revisit greetings, another super common one. What's up?
What's up? Yeah, extremely informal. Basically a short way of asking what's happening or how's it going.
Definitely use this mostly with friends, right? Or people you know well. Very casual.
Oh yeah, very casual settings. You hear it constantly. Bump into a friend.
Hey, what's up? Standard greeting.
And the replies are usually just as brief. Not much. Or,
Hey, what's up with you?
right. It's just a quick, relaxed way to acknowledge someone and check in.
Okay, what about when you haven't checked in for ages? You bump into someone, long time no see.
Yes. Long time no see. It's got that enthusiastic, almost surprised feel to it.
You use it when you unexpectedly meet someone you haven't seen in, well, a long time.
Right. An old friend from school you run into at the station, or a former neighbor you haven't seen in years.
Wow. Long time no see. It perfectly captures that feeling, acknowledges the time gap.
It's warm, often a bit nostalgic too, reconnecting after a while.
Now, after all that activity, maybe you're just exhausted. You might say, I'm beat.
I'm beat. Very common, very informal, just means really, really tired.
Utterly exhausted.
Yeah. After a super demanding day or a hard workout.
Or just a day packed with running around, saying, ugh, I'm absolutely beat. Gets the message across loud and clear.
It does. The transcript mentioned using it to decline doing more things, like, sorry, can't go out tonight, I'm beat. It's a clear signal you need rest.
A concise way to say you're drained.
Exactly.
Let's hope things aren't always draining. Sometimes things are easy. Or, as we say, it's a piece of cake.
It's a piece of cake. That's a fun idiom, isn't it? Means something is very easy, no challenge.
Like if a test was surprisingly simple.
Or a task you thought would be hard turned out to be easy, you'd say, oh, it was a piece of cake.
Conveys that sense of ease, yeah. Effortless.
It's a lighthearted way to put it.
So the day winds down. Maybe those easy tasks are done. It might be time to, let's call it a night.
Let's call it a night, similar to call it a day, but specifically for the evening.
Meaning you're ending the evening's activities, usually heading towards bed.
Yeah, that's the usual intention. Going to sleep or at least winding down to rest.
So if you're out with friends and it's getting late.
Or maybe you've been working late on something at home. You decide you're done. Suggesting, let's call it a night, is a polite way to end things.
A clear social signal that the evening's over. Time for rest.
Exactly.
Sometimes things don't go to plan. I'm running late.
Ah, yes. I'm running late. Very practical, very common. Means you're behind schedule. You won't arrive on time.
It's basic courtesy, isn't it? If you're meeting someone and you're delayed.
You should definitely let them know. Send a quick text. Hey, sorry, ran about 10 minutes late.
It manages expectations and explains the delay.
Yeah, essential for everyday planning.
Sometimes you just need a very brief pause. Hold on a second.
Hold on a second. Yeah, short, informal. Just asking someone to wait for a moment, like a verbal pause button.
Like if you're on the phone and need to quickly look something up.
Or someone starts talking to you while you're finishing typing an email. Hold on a second. It buys you that moment.
It's polite enough, stops things getting interrupted abruptly.
Right. Ask for a brief pause.
Oops. Forgetting things happens to us all. It slipped my mind.
It slipped my mind. That's a gentler way of saying I forgot, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds a bit less careless, maybe. Acknowledges the memory lapse.
Right. If someone asks, did you send that email? And you suddenly realize you didn't?
You might say, oh no, it totally slipped my mind. I'll do it right now. It's relatable.
It is. A softer way to admit you overlooked something.
Now, when you are ready to listen properly, I'm all ears.
I'm all ears. That's quite enthusiastic, I think. Figurative, obviously.
Yeah.
Means you're completely ready, eager to listen.
So if a friend says, hey, can I talk to you about something?
Replying with absolutely, I'm all ears shows you're giving them your full, undivided attention.
Yeah, signals you're really ready to hear them out. Attentive.
Willing to listen intently.
Okay, a generous one. Offering a pay. It's on me.
It's on me. Simple phrase. Use it when you want to treat someone. Cover the cost. Meals, drinks, movie tickets.
You're saying I'll pay for this?
Exactly. Out for lunch with a colleague, maybe, and you want to pay.
You could say, don't worry about it. Lunch is on me today.
It's a friendly, generous offer, taking the financial responsibility for that instance.
What about when you don't know the plan? Things are flexible. Let's play it by ear.
Let's play it by ear. Means you're not making firm plans yet. You prefer to wait and see how things go, stay flexible.
So if someone asks about weekend plans, but you're not sure what time you'll be free,
You could say, let's play it by ear. Maybe check in on Saturday morning. Keeps your options open.
yeah, indicates you'll adapt based on how things unfold. Maybe the weather's uncertain too.
Good point. Weather is a classic reason to play things by ear.
Now, when you're just not feeling 100%, I'm feeling under the weather.
Feeling under the weather. That's a polite, slightly indirect way to say you're feeling a bit ill.
Not usually for serious illness, more like just feeling off, a bit sick.
Generally, yes.
Uh,
If you need to cancel plans because you don't feel well, it's a common way to phrase it. Sorry, have to cancel. Feeling a bit under the weather today.
it's gentler than listing symptoms, perhaps.
Often, yes. A less direct way to say you're unwell.
Okay, almost bedtime. Another way to say it. Let's hit the hay.
Let's hit the hay. Casual, a bit old-fashioned maybe, but still common, means let's go to bed.
So if you're with people late at night, feeling tired,
Or just exhausted after a long day, you might announce, right, I'm shattered, let's hit the hay. Signals bedtime.
it's informal, often kind of lighthearted. But if something minor happens and someone's worried, you can reassure them it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. Yeah, that's reassuring. Minimizes the importance or seriousness of something. Offers comfort.
Like if someone apologizes profusely for spilling a tiny bit of water,
You can, oh, don't worry, it's not a big deal at all. Puts them at ease.
reduces their guilt or concern.
Exactly. Offers perspective.
Okay, last couple. When you're joking around, I'm just pulling your leg.
Pulling your leg, a great idiom, means I'm just joking or I'm teasing you.
Reveals that something you said wasn't actually serious.
Right. You tell a friend some slightly outrageous story, they look shocked.
Then you laugh and say, relax, I was just pulling your leg. Lets them know it was a joke.
It's a fun way to signal lighthearted teasing.
Okay, almost there. Getting serious now. Maybe in a meeting. Let's get down to business.
Get down to business.
Yeah.
Signals a shift, doesn't it? Time to stop the casual chat and focus on the main task or topic.
Like after coffee and catching up at the start of a meeting.
Someone might say, okay, everyone, let's get down to business. Means it's time to focus, get serious about the agenda.
Starting the important work.
Exactly.
What if you find yourself in the same situation as someone else? Maybe a difficult one. I'm in the same boat.
In the same boat. Yeah, that expresses shared circumstances or difficulties. You understand because you're experiencing the same thing.
Like if you're both struggling to meet a deadline.
One might say, this deadline is impossible, and the other replies, tell me about it. I'm in the same boat. Creates solidarity.
Shared experience.
Yeah.
Definitely. Sometimes you don't want to decide. You let someone else choose. It's up to you.
It's up to you. Simple and clear means you're giving the decision-making power to the other person. You're okay with whatever they choose.
Like choosing between pizza or sandwiches for lunch?
If you genuinely don't mind either way, you'd say, either is fine with me. It's up to you.
It makes it easy for the other person, shows flexibility.
Yes.
What about when you're really busy? Overwhelmed, I'm swamped.
I'm swamped. That paints a vivid picture, doesn't it? Like being buried under work or tasks means you're extremely busy, maybe overwhelmed.
So if someone asks for help but you just have too much on your plate?
You might say, I'd love to help, but I'm completely swamped this week. Explains why you can't take on more.
Gotcha. And finally, bringing things to an end. Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Similar to call it a day or call it a night, but often used for specific activities like meetings or projects, means it's time to finish.
Like when a meeting is running over time.
The chair might say, okay, we're almost out of time, let's wrap it up. Signals the conclusion is near.
Bringing things to a close.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, that was quite a tour through just some of those phrases from the English and Comfort video.
It was. And you can really see, can't you, how using these makes your English sound, well, more like everyday speech, more natural.
Definitely enhances fluency, makes you sound more comfortable.
Absolutely. And remember, this was just a selection from the 75. There's definitely more gold in that original resource if you want to dig deeper.
So maybe your challenge, if you're up for it, is to try using a couple of these this week. See how they feel.
Yeah, notice how people respond. It's all about practice, building that confidence step by step.
It really is.
And maybe it makes you think, too, about how these everyday bits of language, these idioms and phrases, they don't just help communication, they kind of reflect how we interact, maybe even a bit about the culture.
That's a great point, how casual language shapes our daily world. Something to think about as you keep learning.